Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Now, report also has it that there've been another royal, as in a super royal altercation in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Now, if you have been following these people very well, you notice that one thing they do so well is, during their birthday, they try to do certain things for people, and especially those with foundations. Like Ebony has her foundation. What do you call Gospel has a foundation. They all have foundations in the palace. And so recently Gospel celebrated her birthday party, okay? And in her birthday party, she decided that she was going to celebrate it with children in a secondary school, basically the girl child, okay? Her foundation is Hope Alliance or Hope Alive something. And one of the things that they do in that foundation is to also promote the girl child education in Nigeria, like they said, or that we know that when you train a man, you train one person, but when you train a girl, you train the entire community. And so she has been doing stuff for this girl child stuff. And so when she was to celebrate her birthday, she decided to go and give them what do you call sanitary pads, okay? Sanitary pad that had her name, and her picture and everything on it, okay? And so now, a lot of people would have thought that, this sanitary pad, perhaps she bought the sanitary pad and, bought the sanitary pad and made them to write those things on them. But, because of the Ooni of Ife, these women have a lot of goodwill, okay? People kind of want to associate with them. When I started, most times I used to talk to you about proximity, how proximity is power. And so companies, because they know that she drives some kind of crowd, companies would want to work with her. Now, they said a particular company had given her that brand of sanitary pad and printed her name and everything on that brand. But let me shock you. They said what is happening right now is that if you notice, there is a company that used to do something with the royal twins, okay? The one that belongs to Oletik. And then their own, they used to do diapers, pampers, okay? And so they used to give Oletik Pampers, okay? And so what that brings for them is a marketing strategy. So when Oletik wants to go for her outreach, okay, they will give their Pampers, and then they will print names and other things on those Pampers. So they are using it to market their product around that Ife, Ilara, all those Ikiti, all those regions, right? In the West, they're using these women to market their product around those areas. So remember that Oletik just celebrated her children's birthday. And as we are hearing, during this birthday, they said that they've had an agreement for that these people were going to provide diapers with the children's name and everything on it. And so they can give to people as usual, because when she gave birth, after some months, companies came, they gave diapers, they even gave baby food and all of that, which she used for her outreach. So during the children's birthday, this is not an issue of entitlement in fairness to her, okay? She was still working with that company, hoping that during the children's birthday, they will do something for her outreach. But she got a message that they were not going to be able to provide those items for the outreach anymore. That had to do with, diapers to give to people out there when they go for the outreach and all of that. And that really demoralized Oletik, and so she withdrew, okay? And, you know, this whole thing, she was wondering what happened. Like, I've been working with these people, even though we don't have any kind of formal, like, agreement and all of that, but they've been working with me. Outreach, they're always contributing. We've been nice to each other, and we've been this, and we've been that, okay? What happened? Where did I go wrong? What did I do? What is going on? They said these were the questions that Oletik was asking. But as we are hearing what is going on right now, they said that only for Gospel to celebrate birthday, they now found out that it's the same company that Gospel is working with that gave Gospel, you know, diapers, sanitary towels to go give to children. As a matter of fact, they see the number of sanitary towels they gave to Gospel, as in so many, because the children were many. They gathered they gathered so many girls, and they gave them sanitary towels and a lot of other things to celebrate her birthday with them. And then only for Oletik to find out that it's coming from the same company. Now the question for Oletik is, did anyone talk me down? Did anybody, you know, deliberately try to get what belongs to me? What is this, and how did we get here? And Oletik could not, you know, hold herself. She was very upset. She was disappointed. She was angry, and she had to go and approach, you know, Gospel. Yes, so they said she had to go and approach Gospel. What is going on? Why would you do this? You know that these people are working with me, and you know that we come from the same family, the same home. Why would you go and take what belongs to me? Because apparently it was because of the fact that they wanted to work with Gospel and work with her foundation that they decided to drop Oletik's proposition and told her they were not going to be able to provide that. But again, a lot of people are saying that the company has the right to do whatever they would want to do. The reason is that they said Oletik is not friendly. Oletik is, you know, too high there, like one feminine goddess or god, and like communication and all of that, she's too high there. They said, well, as we are hearing, if the information is correct, because they said that was what Gospel said, that they approached her and they told her this, and she said it's okay for them to work with her. They said a Gospel, who was celebrating a birthday, cried because Oletik lashed out on her, gave her the biggest lashing of the lifetime, and they said that was the same thing she did. But because Oletik is Mama Ejima, and Gospel had to be very careful so that Ooni of Ife will not be angry that they are making her angry and she's nursing children. And that was how they said the whole thing ended. I'm going to bring you guys more updates. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.